He came via Colombia, Peru before going there. So in 79, something started. There was one Colombian sister, Sister Maria. She now lives near Gian Sarover. Mira Didi knows her. And Sister Maria, she was the consul of Colombia, the diplomatic representative of Colombia in, I think, Sydney, Australia. So she took Gian there, and so when she came back after her term finished, so she came back to Colombia, she started service here. So that was since the 80s. So he came on 79. In 1980 she came, and from that point the service has been continuous, with some ups and downs. Now with the pandemic in Colombia, things were extremely strict because there was one point we were the eighth country, number eight in terms of number of cases. So here the president, he did a good job in terms of cut the pandemic, but now things are quite relaxed. We don't have much problem. Now the fear is Europe, because the connection between Colombia and Europe is very close. But anyway, so with the service also, we had to close the centers for some time. It was a very different experience. And many Brahmins, they stopped coming to the centers. Now that they can come, now we have to see how to inspire them to come because they got used to Zoom, center Zoom them. They have got used to Zoom them. So they cannot go to Sushma Vatam, but they can go to Zoom Vatam. So they can go to that zone, and they have experience because, karma also gives you some experience. Some sanskars are not so bitter, at least yet. So some people, they experience, they are okay, they are light, they don't have to fight for a chair, they don't have to be with someone else. And Bogota is always cold, as you see. It's always cold here in this city, not even one day without cold. So especially Murli time is quite cold some days, colder than others. So I think the main challenge we have now is to bring Brahmins here. But the effort, I think the effort for us, well, for me at least, is to understand the new service we have to do. Because I think it's obvious, no, Baba is not coming, so no new knowledge is coming. So right now we are in the last stage of confluence age. In this way, we have to think how to serve, particularly the three, the souls who have come for the copper age first, souls who have come to iron age first, how to serve these souls. So I had a very nice experience this week. Baba was talking about respect, and it was amazing. She's a very important person. She was the president of Google, Google, so in Colombia. So she was the CEO of Google here. And she talks about Brahma Kumaris in such a high esteem. It's amazing what she says about us. And she gives so much respect to us. So I went to her husband's birthday. It was a little party. All of them VIP souls, very important people. And she was the one doing publicity about Brahma Kumaris. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do not. Really, it was an amazing experience. And then I realized how these souls, they are happy with just one drop. Because what she had from us was one drop. She never took the Raja Yoga course. Never. She went to Oxford, and she didn't even stay in Oxford because Oxford was closed in the UK. So she had to stay in a hotel, and she had to go to Oxford every day for the call of the time. She also went for a retreat. We had a very important retreat, Latin American retreat, many countries together. Here in Colombia, about 2-3 hours from Bogota. Very nice place, very nice, very top, high level, very expensive. And so these people went. But because of her being the CEO at that point of Google, she couldn't attend the retreat. She just went there for a few hours only. So she just took one drop. And she talks about Brahma Kumaris as such a big thing. And everybody there, when they said, "Oh, you are from Brahma Kumaris. Oh, it's very good. It's excellent." And I don't know how. And that was a very important experience on how to serve these souls and how to serve them with an unlimited perception, awareness, attitude. And I think the main effort for me personally has been deep Amritvela. I think Mohini did also in Avyakt Parivar every night we join. So we feel we are together with the Latin American and American family. But uh, Amritvela is a personal effort because um, things are complicated, you know. I mean, when I came to Gyan, the idea of destruction was boom, ciao, bye, you know. It was something like over, and that's it. It was easy. Everyone thought the destruction would be just like that. And destruction is taking time, taking time, and things are going and going and going. So we have to rethink about ourselves, rethink about the points that we didn't assimilate, the service we didn't do, and maybe the Gyan has stopped, the flow of Gyan basically has stopped. But how much of that Gyan I got? I took so much benefit from the Murli of Saturday, where Babu was talking about, do you take just one drop of knowledge? Do you take an urn of knowledge? Do you swallow the whole ocean of knowledge? And probably that's the main effort we all Brahmins we are doing somehow. We are trying to get more and more to refine the knowledge we have. We are trying to understand better what's going on. Like Baba was saying in the message he sent via Mohini Didi on Thursday, and he was saying that those who are in this court, you won't be in that court, Dharamraj court. So if you are in this court, the BK court, Brahmin family, so you are not going to be there. And Moira Ben, she read the Muli for Colombia. I was reading the Muli for Argentina, and she was reading the Muli for Colombia. We exchanged. And I had the advantage to hear her Muli, and she said some nice journey. She said, because if we are among the family, if we are among us, so what happening? Whatever weaknesses I have, it will show. And I have the possibility of change. If I have the awareness, the weakness will come and I will see and I will say, oh, this has to be changed. In Dharamraj, I won't have that possibility at all. So now to experience that is very important. So we have new perceptions of knowledge. And so that's amazing. We have classes from so many seniors, Brahmins of all walks of BK life. And that's so important for us to really, really understand what's going on and what's going to happen too. And particularly in relation to this Murli respect. I always had problem with respect. Not much in giving respect. I think I'm okay with that. I was in the military for 3 years. I was studying the Air Force to be an officer. So you have to respect. You don't have a choice. You have to. So I got the sanskars. But but to ask for respect, that was a problem for me. A lot, a lot, a lot. Oh, I was so much challenged when I came to Colombia. Nobody knew me. Nobody really respected me because they didn't know me, you know. So I had to understand this Muli very deeply. Because it's not that others don't respect me. I am not respecting myself. That's wow, that's a big realization. How is it possible that I'm not respecting myself? What's going on? And nowadays, there are many people talking a little bit about that. In terms of gender violence, for instance, in terms of diet, I was talking about obesity. So they say some people they have problems with weight and they can't control their hunger, so they are not respecting themselves. So nowadays people are talking a lot. But when I came to Guyana, nobody was talking much about that, you know. And in 8, 9, I was kind of young still in Guyana. So I start to really experience three things. First of all, I start to dedicate myself to experience Baba's vision on me. Because in the Lokik word, that's the first basis for respect. Your parents respect you. Your teacher respects you. Sometimes the respect is not direct, but it's given in terms of titles, like, Mahima, no praise, no. So a father is saying to their son, "Oh, you are so good, you are so excellent." I have a very good friend, one of the first Colombians I met here, and he had so much respect to his children that he migrated from Colombia to United States. Even so, he had a very good position. His wife, she was the director of Facebook in Colombia, so she had a very, very good position. And still they migrated because their children, the only possibility for their development in terms of profession, United States was the only way, not Colombia. So that respect, how much effect had in their children. I mean, now they are grown up and they are great souls, great in terms of logic. So, in terms of BK also, how much do I really feel Bob is talking to me when he says, "You are Master Almighty Authority"? Maybe I'm thinking he's talking to Murli by there, or he's talking to someone else, my neighbor, the person who is sitting beside me, not me. And I really have to feel that into myself. Bob is giving me so much respect. So I start working with that. And I love that point. We had a book for Amritivela. So every day we published one title of the child of us, children, and a meditation guided meditation also. And people loved it. It was in Spanish. So we published it in form of a book. And it was amazing. We got more than 120 titles. And many I missed when I prepared. So Baba talks so many titles for us. And he's not saying fake words. They are true words. They really, he really feels that. The second thing is, okay, I receive lots of respect from Baba. So I cut looking for respect from others. That was my first benefit. The second thing is I start to make actions. I start to do things. Baba was talking today, about the balance between you think you do, to both. So when I start do actions, perform actions on the base of that self-respect, the self-respect increases much more. Like giving the example of my friend and his children. So his boy is a sportman. So when he start to win, when he start to get victory, so they post in the Facebook the images of him winning, in basketball. No? So he's winning this, that, And so that increases your self respect. So through service or through the connection with other Brahmins, I start to see the change myself. And that increases also my own self respect. That helps my self respect to be even great. Because if I don't do anything, if I just live in a world where I think I'm an angel, I think I'm great, I think I'm a great soul, I'm thinking I'm better than many, that won't work. And that becomes, in fact, a wasteful thought. It's good, but it's wasteful thought. But when I act, then I start to see, wow, yeah, I'm great. And maybe I'm not so great as I could, but I'm very good. I know how to do it. I'm excellent in these things. And that makes my self respect increases and increases and increases. And the third thing is probably the most challenging one is when it comes the time in which you are respected. So others start to pay respect to you by praising you, by offering you the chair, by bringing you a coffee, so they start to talk about your qualities, they start to say good things about you. And it is challenging because of three things. First of all, of course, it increases a part of the self which is not self respect, but it disguises very well as self respect, the ego, so the arrogance. So I start to get a little arrogant about myself in relation to this and that. And it's not nice. So I start to think I am what I think instead of I can be what I think if I'm not. I start to not checking myself. I'm so good. Why to check the self? I'm just so good, right? I'm excellent, fantastic. And that's a big problem when others start to respect me. You know, I realized in BK life, in the world life, the best thing is being a little Gupta, a little incognito. The best thing is being the one so that, well, people know you are there, but you don't show off, you know, because you receive the blessings and you don't have anything, bad. People don't feel envy towards you. They don't think it's unfair that you are receiving so much. They are not. So the first thing is the arrogance that comes when people respect you. The second thing is when when you start to get respect, you start to expect respect. There is always a moment that you won't be respected. And you know what? I heard that from someone. I think it was Charlie Bay or Mike George, one of them. And they said it's very healthy to not be respected sometimes. It's quite healthy, because it makes you balance a little bit. It makes you to check, do I feel upset because they are not respect me? So there is one center I used to go and they never respect me at all. And I got used to that, and slowly I start to respect them a lot. I start to feel good about them. I don't like the mosquitoes there. I remember I was with a group of Malaysia in the same room. There was so many mosquitoes. Oh my god! And and really, I felt, and there was another brother, younger than me in Guyana and all, and he was giving a AC room, etc. I really felt a little bad, but I was able to overcome that without complaining. I was able to slowly change my mind. And one day that brother came to me and said, "Oh, I didn't know you were like that, so and so." And and things changed since then. But I miss that time. In fact, I miss that time when I was just treated like another person. It was so good. In fact, nowadays he wants to be with me. Nowadays I go to a place and he's there. It's a little bit too much. so so it's sometimes it's good when you lose that respect, because this is a fluctuating world. Sometimes you get the best, sometimes you get the worst. Sometimes people will smile, and the same person in the afternoon, they are going to look at you like this. That's fine, that's fine. But the third thing is, and that's the most important thing, probably is the first, all the respect I get is for Baba. I'm a very bad cook, not a good cook. So I cook only from time to time here. Sisters normally they take over them. So from time to time I say, okay, I'm going to cook. Brazilian food is a little different. I'm an expert in Italian food. I do very good pizza, lasagna, tagliatelle, and all of those Italian things. I'm okay with that. So, but I always say, if the food is not good, it was me. If the food was good, it was Baba. So Baba touched me. And that's probably the biggest protection we can do. If you really want respect from everyone, everything you do that's good, everything you do when you receive mahima, you receive praise, or you receive just a thank you, just a smile, just think, Baba, this is all for you, this is all for you. Don't take that. And it's a very interesting experience with these people. They were such high souls, such a high quality, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I was stunned. I didn't expect them looking at Brahma Kumaris in such a high, with such a high level. So I just thought, Baba, it's all yours. So it was easy. It was very easy. Okay, thank you very much again for all your invitation, your follow up, your care. And I hope you can come to Colombia also at some point via Zoom somehow. Thank you so much.